All right, welcome to our first Flipping Farms podcast. We used to have a podcast that was called Uncommon Success, and now that we have a TV show out called Flipping Farms, we thought it'd be appropriate to call it Flipping Farms. So this is our first Flipping Farms podcast. How does it feel, dear, to finally have a show out there for people to see?
Indescribable. When we started the Uncommon Success podcast, I had no idea what all a TV show entailed. I had no idea all the drama that's in the industry in general. All the things. There's just so many things. So many things that I can't share in a podcast that I'm writing a book about it.
There you go. Write a book and read her book when it's out, and we'll let you know when it comes out. Now, we have a special guest here today.
Yep.
Go ahead and introduce her.
Okay, so funny, I don't know how to introduce you. Do I call you Abby or Abigail? Because I call you both the things and there's no rhyme or reason. It just comes out one way or the other.
Yeah, it's honestly whatever comes first, I guess.
That's what you told me before, but this is Abby or Abigail. So we met through a friend.
Yeah, we met through
a friend. And so he felt that you might be interested in coming on board with the production side of Flipping Farms.
Yeah.
So at the time you were in college.
I was, yes.
So explain to me how you heard about our show first, because I would love for our listeners to hear your perspective of what it was like to be approached to help with the show, what your experience was on set, even behind the scenes, because I think that's a perspective that's not often talked about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, I heard about you guys in the classroom, so it's not like the usual way you would hear about a show, but like we said, we have a mutual friend. He was my professor at the time of like live broadcast, so I was in a class for that. He's like, oh, well, while we're learning about this subject in live broadcast, let me tell you about my friends who just started a reality show, and they're looking for crew members. I think they're looking for like production assistants. Are any of you interested? He offered it to the whole class. I'm like, well, I don't know if this is going to turn out. Like, I don't know if, like, this will be an opportunity for me to enter the industry. Like, I had no doubt the show was going to turn out. Like, that, like, from how he was explaining it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be, like, a big thing. No way they'd want little old me. Like, really? But I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, give them my information. I'm happy to help however they want. And then you emailed me, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. She actually reached out. She actually wants to hear from me. Okay. And so we sent a couple emails back and forth. And you sent me the number of the producer, Gabe. And you're like, just call him when you're free and, you know, we'll set up a meeting. I'm like, okay. So I finished. I'm never going to forget this. I had just gone through a whole day of classes. I'm like, maybe I should just call them. It's a little late in the afternoon, but I'll just call them, see if, you know, we can set something up. I called and he was really friendly. He's like, okay, so when are you ready for, like, when are you available for an interview? I'm like, I'm flexible whenever you want to have one, whenever's most convenient. And he goes, well, how's the rest of your day look? And I'm like, I am free now. I'm happy to come. So I was out at the house in like 2 hours.
Yeah, that was a very quick turnaround.
Oh, yeah. I was very eager. And so we met for about, I think it was like 30 minutes. I feel like I blinked and I had signed the contract like, okay, I'm a crew member. That's really cool.
I wanted Gabe to meet you because I've never worked behind the scenes on a show. I was always...
Oh, yeah.
And my experience at that time was very minimal. Like, we had only filmed for 2 weeks up until that point. And so I didn't know what a PA even did. Now I do. But I was not the person to interview you. That was definitely, you know, Gabe, the producer's role. So you signed the contract with us.
Yep.
And then I don't remember the timeline. I feel like that might have been summer, fall. Like, how quick after signing the contract did we start filming again?
Pretty fast, yeah. Which was crazy as a college student because you somehow suddenly have to explain to all of your friends and professors, like, hey, I'm going to be, like, off the grid for, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's amazing that her school even let her do that.
Yeah.
Like, looking back, I'm like, wow, Dad. Like, we really lucked out.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine, like, not going to school for 2 weeks and that being okay?
Right. So what exactly did you do on set?
Wow.
Yeah,
What a way to
there you
phrase
go.
that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
What exactly did you do?
Well, I know she did the clapper thing.
Oh, yeah,
Slate.
right behind me. I never know what to call it. I call it a clapper, too. It's a slate.
It is a slate.
Oh, don't fall.
I think
Oh my goodness.
it is a slate, yes.
Okay, so for
Oh,
those
how
of you...
appropriate.
And what do you say normally when you're ready?
Oh,
Go ahead.
It's not filled out correctly.
Well,
'Cause
then
No.
pretend it's filled out.
okay. It'd be like scene 1, take 1, action. And then
oh, that sound, I blink every time that
I
sound happens. I'm
know.
like,
It's like
and I know, I'm
It's
like, don't
on
blink.
at that time,
Okay.
you know it's on,
Yeah.
you know?
And I had to explain, I think I just explained to you, Dad, the other day, like why there's that sound. Because I never knew.
Oh, I knew that.
it's
No,
You gotta sync all the cameras.
it's not just the cameras, it's the audio.
Yeah.
Because when
Well,
you
no, you
record it.
sync the audio to the cameras. No?
that's all in editing.
Yeah, that's to the
You're
the
supposed to agree
computer.
with me.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that is correct, Jeff.
Okay,
Yes.
there you
It gives a spike in the sound. There's different bars on the editing screen. There's picture bars. There's audio bars.
I'm glad that
there's a
you're-
bunch of bars.
and
you sync the spike.
It's all about her.
I was
It's
just
not
gonna
about us.
take
No,
it
it's
back
not.
to
It's
her.
about the show.
Once you came on set, I would imagine it would be a little intimidating
For sure.
because for you, you're probably thinking I'm a college student and these people are a real deal. But I also had the same exact thoughts on set, like,
Wow.
who am I to have this crew? There's nothing special about me. I'm not an actress. I kept joking about that the entire time we're filming. I looked at the crew. I'm like, I'm not an actress. And they would go, look around you, Rachel. All these cameras are around you. But I felt so incompetent, inadequate. Like, what did you think, Dad?
Well,
when
yeah,
you...
at first it was an unusual feeling because we didn't know who they were. We knew the one person, but we didn't know anybody else there.
Personally,
we
it's like,
didn't
oh,
know
hi,
Abby,
you're
we
going to
didn't
be...
know the 2 sound people, all the camera people, the
Right.
story writer. We didn't know any of those people. So it was just sort of like, what are they going to think of us?
Yeah.
Are they going to think, this show, really stinks? I mean,
Well, yeah, because we...
now they said, no, Jeff is fine. We know that he's going to be fine. There's no.
Yep. Yep. Says the man who took probably 12, no, more than 12.
A bunch
I
of
took
takes.
about 12 takes. So, okay, I want to hear your perspective in a second here because I
Oh,
was
no.
directing your question. But
Okay.
my first experience filming, we had 12. I'm almost positive it was 12 takes. That was before you came on set. There was
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah,
rounds
well,
of filming. The first film crew that came,
Yeah.
our director Gabe was behind the camera at the time, and he was so patient and gracious and kind with me. The room we were doing, I had to open the door and walk in, and then point to the wall, talk about the colors, and then I had to move over this way. So I had to kind of like move throughout the room and talk about different things, and I kept repeating the same words over again, not realizing,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. And Gabe's like, hey, try to switch up your words a little bit. And hey, try to find your light, which I didn't know what finding your light meant. And I still probably will need a refresher when we film season 2, where you turn your angle towards the light and find the camera. And I remember, like, he's like, okay, we'll try again. And he was, again, so patient and kind with me. So I just remember every time going behind the door at, like, take 5, I was like, what did I sign up for? Like, I think I might regret this. I am not having fun. I felt really bad because we committed to a lot of money to hire the crew to come out the first time, too. So I was like,
Yeah.
I thought this is what I wanted to do, but now I'm not so sure. And, take after take, I just kept praying, Lord, help me. I am not qualified. I don't know what I'm doing. Please help me. And I would open the door, and then I would mess with it. I'm like, Lord, please help me. Like, it just, the prayer became really desperate. I was just like, oh, please, can we move on? This is not fun.
Yeah.
So that was my first experience, and I would imagine your experience would be similar. Like, I'm a college student.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I remember showing up like the first night we had kind of like an all cast like talent and crew meeting. I walked into the house. I'm like, okay, this is the headquarters. This is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met the crew. I met you. I met Jeff, and I was like, what am I doing here? Like, I am not even, I haven't graduated yet. I have now by the time this
This
is
came
released.
out. You are out of college.
Yes,
Woohoo.
I am out of college.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. But at the time, I was still in classes. I had an internship I was doing at school. And, this was like a commitment where I was skipping my classes and all of like the activities going on at school to be a part of this project. And I was scared for sure. I was like, all of these people are like professionals, and Rachel and Jeff are investing so much into this, like so much time and energy and just so much, like this is their baby, and I want to do my very best. I want it to work with excellence, and I don't want to screw anything up. I mean, I was a PA, so I was in charge of the slate. I had like 10 batteries in my pockets, like all the time. I had so many batteries. I had a roll of gaff tape like stuck on my arm.
What is gaff tape for those who have no idea? Because I didn't know.
Okay, gaff tape is basically, well, it's tape used in like productions, and most of the time we use it to tape down like cables so people don't trip on set, or sometimes we use it to mark the floor where actors or the talent stand. So, and we would just need it randomly.
I was gonna say we didn't use it for those purposes.
Yeah, we didn't use
it.
We didn't use it for those purposes, but it's used for a ton of different purposes on set, where if you need to stick something to something else, you need tape, and it's just very helpful to have. And when you don't have it, you always need it, and it's so I was in charge of always having it.
You also help with wardrobe, didn't you?
Yes, I also helped with wardrobe, and then sometimes like miking, like,
which is what we used gaff tape for.
Yeah,
the regular miking tape didn't work on me.
No, so we used the whole gaff.
So I just had a rash all week because I'm allergic to the tape.
Would not want to put gaff tape on anything other than inanimate objects. But yeah, no, I was helping with wardrobe, I was helping with mics, and I was like, well, first of all, I hope they like me, I hope I'm not annoying. And I wanted to do my best. So it was scary because I didn't know like the environment, I didn't know like kind of what it was like to be on a set. That was my first time. So yeah, it was, to answer your question, very intimidating.
What did your schoolmates think? Like when you came back, kind of was like, oh, was it Abby's now a star, or?
Not, well, they were kind of like, well, first of all, where have you been? Because I really only told like my sister, who was my roommate at the time, and my closest friends who like would notice if I was absent. And everyone else was like, oh yeah, like we haven't seen you, where have you been? And I would be like, oh well, I was helping film a reality show, like it was kind of fun. And they were like, so how much of it is like reality, like how much is real, and then how much is like, I mentioned like, oh yeah, like the writer, she's really cool on set. Like I was telling them about all the crew, as one does, and they were like, oh, there's a writer? Why do they need a writer? It's reality.
That was my question.
I know,
when
right?
Dave told me we needed a writer, the first round of filming, we didn't have one.
I know. I was like, we need a writer? But I learned a lot from that. And they're like, wait, so is it really reality? And I'm like, well, yeah, most of it is. Yeah, for sure. And then there's some like little things sprinkled in there to keep it like very, very interesting. It's already interesting, but it's like, so there's like plot points as well.
Right.
And they're like, oh, like we didn't know that was a thing. I'm like, yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, me neither.
But yeah, so that was the main reactions. Like, you look like you've been off the grid for a while. Like, yeah.
Well, what was your sleep schedule like?
Oh.
What was your sleep schedule like?
I mean, I feel like the rest of the crew had a lot better sleep schedule than I did.
Matt.
Okay, well,
Matt, camera guy, goes to bed early.
He went to bed at like 9.
Dude, major respect for
I mean,
that.
like, I wish I could, but I'd just be tossing and turning like until 11. I couldn't do it.
No,
yeah.
I could. But I couldn't. I wasn't able to. I had places to be when we were filming.
So I was up late turning in assignments and reading for assignments, and then we would wake up at like 6 or like 7 in the morning, which isn't that terrible.
But when you film till 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, when you have like 8 to 14 hour filming days, it's hard. But you know what? God is good. It worked.
It was worth
It worked. We're all alive. It's all good.
Yep. So, Dad, what was your sleep schedule like?
Oh, no.
Because this is a really fun topic.
Uh-oh.
Because we all had very different sleep
Well, I didn't
schedules.
sleep much. I mean, I was.
Yeah.
I have a hard time getting to sleep. It could take me an hour or two.
Yeah. You always have a hard time sleeping.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I wake up during the night and try to get back to sleep again. And,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
That's why I ended up getting sick.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple times.
Mm-hmm. And our listeners and viewers will get to see an episode later in the season where you were truly sick and could not film. Like, you were down, so we had to talk about a storyline writer. This is why you have a writer on set, because
Right.
life happens.
I was supposed to.
You were supposed to go on a trip with us, and you stayed back, so we had to.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, you're here. We might as well just go there.
Yeah.
We had to have my dad run over a bicycle that you actually ran over.
It was an accident. I felt terrible. Like, I cried the whole way back to school because I had to leave that morning for, like, I don't know, a choir event because I was in the choir at school. So I was leaving and I should have checked behind me. But I was looking in my mirrors, nothing was there, but there was a bike laying on the ground.
From my kid who didn't pick it up and put it away. Life happens. I mean, consequence for not cleaning
Yeah,
up.
I mean, I probably should have looked a little bit more, but I did not because I'm tired. I was tired.
Sure.
We were all tired, so I had to go back to school. And I ran over the bike, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
My first concern was not my car, it was the bike. So I got out of the car. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I hit a bike. And Rachel looked at me. She goes, "It's fine. Just go." I'm like, "Okay." And I felt terrible.
It truly was fine. Just go. It's a bike.
I cried the whole way back to school. I'm like, "Oh
So
no."
did my grandson. I mean, you know, he needed counseling after that.
I'm so sorry. I felt terrible.
So while you were at school, our crew thought it would be funny to have Dad run over the bike and then put it in the TV show. So, I mean, there is
You
like...
contributed. See?
Yeah, like this is like reality. Reality is the bike got hit, but the bike didn't truly first get hit by Mr. Jeff. It was first hit by PA Abby over here.
Yep, that was me.
But I mean, that's how we wrote into the story, like why Dad,
Yeah.
didn't go because
He hit the bike.
he had to go to an auction, so he had to stay back.
Yeah.
But on his way to the auction, he just hit the bike, so we just threw that in there,
Yeah, it was so funny. I remember looking in my rear view mirror after I hit the bike, and I saw like one of our camera guys, Matt. He picked up the bike, and the wheel was like, like the handlebars are here. The wheel was like,
Oh yeah, it was.
and he was like, "I don't think this is how it's supposed to look." I'm like, "Well, no, duh, of course not."
So, Dad, when we bought the farm, filming a TV show was not on our radar.
Right.
I mean, we had joked about it for years.
Yeah.
Not necessarily even joked, like threw it around, like, oh, we should do a TV show, but
Yeah.
it wasn't on our radar as like a real thing when you bought the farm.
Right.
And so when the film crew came, we had to kind of bring our viewers up to speed on what we had done.
Yeah.
Before the crew was even there. So none of you guys really got to see what the farm looked like first. It was so bad. So for those of you watching this podcast, I'm going to put up some pictures of the farm and how bad it was. Like, tell our listeners, like, what were some of the things that were there that we didn't even know was on the farm when we bought it?
Yeah, a couple things.
A couple.
So when I was talking to the couple that I bought the farm from, they were talking about the swimming pool that they have.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, you have a swimming pool?" I said, "Where is it?" They said, "Oh, it's right out there in the front yard." I said,
Yeah, you
"Really?"
walked right by it on the way in the house. What?
It was so overgrown. There were weeds and trees just blocking it. You couldn't even see there was a swimming pool there. It was that bad. And the grass was like, waist high.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
farm was at least waist high.
Yeah. So there, when I first bought the farm, people from other horse farms would come, introduce themselves, say, "If you need anything, we're here to help you. We're a good community. We help each other." And they kept talking about the outdoor arena. And I said, "Outdoor arena? What outdoor arena?" And the lady said, right there's an out
Right there, don't
right
you see it?
outside there's one." I said, "Would you mind showing it to me?"
So funny.
So we walked across the driveway into a field, and it was just weeds. And I said, "This was an arena?" "Yeah, this was an arena." So we mowed it down, and there were old rotted railroad ties around it.
Which we didn't know were there.
And we hit it with a mower a couple times,
wild.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't know that was there.
So didn't you like use a dragging tool to like rip up all the grass? Like there was actual footing under there.
Oh yeah. Well, first we mowed it.
Yeah.
I think I mowed it twice. I had to mow it twice, but then we took a disc over it and did the whole thing a few times, and the footing was still there. It was a little bit more dirt in it than we wanted, so we eventually added more. And it also wasn't level, so when it rained, it puddled and so on. So I had to have a company come in to take care of that. But yeah, it was.
Then we put a fence around it, so now you know that there's an outdoor arena
It's a nice
there.
arena now, yeah. Yeah, and then there's a long pole building, and the roof blew off, so we had to put that back on. There were 2 abandoned pickup trucks inside the pole building that were
I
just filled
forgot
with
about
junk.
that.
Just
Yep.
junk, like no value, just junk.
Yep.
So I got $200 each by scrapping.
I know, that was amazing. I couldn't believe he made money.
That's impressive.
The trucks
Yeah.
didn't run. They looked like crap. I'm like, what do you
There was
do
an
with that?
old tractor, as in tractor trailer tractor.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
So me on Amazon Marketplace trying to list a tractor trailer truck
Yeah.
for sale.
And they're asking
Like,
questions, and we didn't know anything
I don't
about
know.
it.
I was like, I don't know. Please come see it. And then I put it in big caps, like
Yeah.
in the description. We bought a farm. This was on the farm.
Right.
I don't know anything about this. I forgot about all of the equipment.
Oh,
The
that's
farm equipment we pieced out and sold.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when we bought the farm, we also bought all of the debt that the farmer had. It was a
Right.
very unique purchase
Right.
situation. So we tried to sell everything we could. The house was literally like the TV show Hoarders.
Yeah.
That the house looked like that. And when we bought it, it came with all the things.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Like
It
the one
was-
room.
the one room when we bought the farm, we didn't even see the room. Like we couldn't open the doors to it because it was piled high with trash.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Once
Yeah.
we did, they call it a parlor, and
Yeah.
not an ice cream parlor.
No, an ice cream
They
parlor.
they opened the door. We did eventually open the door, and there's a path going from that door to another door, and it was just piled on both sides. And the people who we bought it from told us that that house was used when people died in the community. They would put the body in that parlor in that room,
Oh wow.
For
and that's where
funeral.
they would then, I guess, embalm
Funeral.
them or whatever. I don't know, but that was the.
I thought they had funerals in there.
Well, maybe, but that's where that's where they kept the bodies when people
Ugh.
died.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was
Well, you didn't mention the part that I would have mentioned about that room was the fact that they had black wallpaper in that room
Oh,
on the
yeah.
ceilings and the
and
walls.
maybe that's the reason why.
It was
you know?
very dark in there.
Well, then there was a refrigerator and freezer in the summer
Basement?
kitchen,
Oh, summer kitchen. There was.
filled with food
Ew.
Yep.
without electricity on.
Yep.
Oh my word! I could not have afforded that farm at that time.
In its current condition now, absolutely
right,
no.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we doubled
Oh yeah.
what we paid for it
Yeah.
and put a lot of money into it.
Mm-hmm.
But even after that, we doubled our investment. So it was a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we look for farms that are run down, bad shape, preferably an old, doesn't even be nice, but an old barn that's not falling down.
Yeah. Not falling down
A
is the
silo
key.
or two is cool. 100-acre range.
That's
I
what
like.
Dad wants.
At
100
least 100
acres.
acres. Come on now. You know, Winnie had one. Winnie the Pooh, he had 100-acre woods. Come on now,
Winnie?
100 acres.
What?
Yeah, he had access to 100 acres, so at least 100 acres. But we can do smaller if we have to.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything like that we really are missing that we want people to hear?
Well, we've been told by people in the industry that it's an awesome show.
We have been.
And we like to think it is.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and there are people who haven't even seen the show who think it's good.
Yeah, and their opinion is really valuable because they have that based upon what?
So the people that we've seen, that we've showed it to, we wanted some people to see it to get feedback. And the number one thing that they say they like about the show is you and me and our relationship and how we get along and work together.
Yeah, hands down, every single person in the
Yeah.
industry. And when we say every person, I mean, we've taken our show to major networks.
Right.
And
Right.
also other producers and big production companies who do big shows. Like big people have seen this, and
I think it's neat. Modeling a healthy relationship within a family is so important. Because go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say we had one network in particular. They didn't want to pick up the show. One of the things was because they're like, "Well, where's Jeff's wife?" And I'm like, "But she doesn't want to be on camera. Just because she's not on camera doesn't mean she doesn't exist." You know, like not everybody wants to be on camera, and that's okay. Mom thrived behind the scenes. She first did. So when Dad and I told my mom that you guys were moving into the house for 2 weeks while we filmed,
that was a trip.
She was like, "What?" Like not really excited about it, because I was like, "But Mom, like there's so many of them. We had them. I had them in my house. My house was packed. My living room had people in it. And then Mom and Dad's house had film crew people in it too. Again, packed. Like you shared a room."
I did. That was the house I was in.
Yeah. So I'm like, "Well, Mom, where are we going to go with these people? We're the ones paying for the show. So like it's cheaper to house them here. It makes sense to put them right here. We're in the country." And so once you guys arrived and moved in, Mom couldn't get enough of you. And like the whole crew, she put a chair in the hallway because that was right next to our team room where we moved. Dad and I, we moved furniture all around the house so that we had a team room that had a fridge. It had a snack table. It had couches in it, chairs in it. And she would sit in the hallway right there by that room. So she would see everybody as they come down the stairs like, "Hey, hi, hello, hi." And just today, it was so funny. I was working in the office downstairs and she comes over and she's like, "Oh, hi." And she tells me something and I look at her. She goes, "Well, I just want to be part of the team. Like, because you're here working today. We're filming podcasts. There's people in the house." And she just like wanted to tell me something that was totally not even relevant because she just wanted to engage and be part of the team. So she loved, she's a very supportive.
Works behind the scenes.
Mom. Yeah, making sure everybody's happy, has a good time. And so it was really fun to have y'all live in the house. And Dad, you led devotions before we filmed in the morning, which is a great way to start and set the tone for the day. Like, this is why we're doing this. Let's keep our focus on the thing that matters most.
I did want to just quick add about your mom. It's so cool to see like that transformation from her being kind of distant in the beginning to like at the end of like the weeks we were there, we ended up celebrating her birthday. Like,
that's right.
The whole crew, we bought her a cake. We got her like some gifts, and she was like, "Aw, you guys are so sweet." It was so cool to watch, and the crew genuinely became like almost like family. Like I left the whole experience. I've been on a couple crews, just in my time in production, and I will say the one that helped out with Flipping Farms was the most unique in, just companionship while we were working. Like, I know, like, we all had a heart for the project, and we all, like, were there to support, like, Flipping Farms and, like, your vision for it. And that was so special. But also, like, behind the scenes, like, we were all joking with each other. And we did become, like, pretty much like family. I remember going back to school, and they're like, "So what was it like?" And they were asking me about the show, but then they asked me about, like, "Well, what's it like behind the scenes?" I'm like, I literally left that crew with, like, it felt like 7 older brothers. It was so weird.
Yeah, that's right. Because there were a ton of men on the crew. Where's the women?
I know. There were, like, 3 on the entire time. It's like I have 3 sisters and 7 brothers now, pretty much. It's kind of like, it's really cool. But, so it was really special to be a part of the team. It completely changed my life. Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I can very much mark my life before Flipping Farms and then after. It's opened so many doors, so many opportunities. And hey, I'm still like hanging out with you guys, which is so special as well. So
well, I'm so thankful you're here. We're going to have all of our guests ask us a question before the podcast is over. So I know you've had a little time to think about it. It could be for me, it could be for my dad, or both of us. So what question would you like to ask us?
So what advice would you give people with similar ambitious goals, like whether that's starting a business or filming a show or just doing a hard thing? And where and how do you find your strength to keep going? Because I know there were plenty of problems that happened along the way, and y'all are probably going to hear about some of them.
In my book.
In the book
too
and
many
in
to
the
mention
podcast. Yeah, in Rachel's book and in the other episodes of the podcast. So, yeah, where'd you find the strength to keep going and keep persevering?
Wow.
It's never easy starting a business. I don't think there's any business that's easy to start. Yeah, and flipping farms is a business. Yeah, and so the advice would be that you need money normally to do it, and you need to be willing to lose that money and still be okay. Because we invested a lot of money, and we've already lost a lot of money.
Yep, it's in the book.
It's in the book. And so from no fault of our own, we
Right.
lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so, but we can still go on.
Yeah.
You know, like we didn't.
We're not starving. We
Yeah.
have a roof over our heads. We
Yeah.
have a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So when you start a business, the first business that we did was, my wife and I, was an ice cream parlor. And we maxed out our credit cards back then, which was 30 plus years ago, almost 40 years. Oh my.
when you say maxed out, though, it wasn't that much today,
Right. It was $2,500 then.
which
but
is laughable.
Today it's, probably 10 grand or something, the equivalent of it. But we maxed it out, and we bought paint and fixed up the barn that we turned into an ice cream parlor, and the ice cream, the company we bought it from left us pay them back.
Oh, wow. So you got creative. Look at you
Wow.
being
Yeah,
creative.
the first shipment, was pretty much minimal as to what we bought. But then after selling it, we then
Paid
could
them
pay
back.
for the next time, and then we
you
slowly
go.
paid back what we owed them. You have to be creative. You just really do. I mean, bartering and negotiating and, some creativity. Takes a lot of creativity. And not everybody's cut out to own a business.
Yeah.
That's just the plain fact. I mean, 3 to 5, 80% of every business fails in the first 3 to 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So that's 4 out of 5 fail within the first 3 to 5 years. So it's most people think like they're all emotional and all in. Oh, it's going to be great. They're going to do it. But then, you're there all day, every day, day after day, day after day, and you're not making any money. You're losing money, and it gets tough. Because at first, you don't normally make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can take a couple years to start making money. So you got to be willing to be in a position where you can lose money and still be okay. And you need to be willing to put time.
Yeah, that's really solid advice. Like my first business was a corn maze business, and I learned the hard way that you have to be patient, because it's not always going to go the way you think it's going to go. You can have a business plan all you want, but life doesn't always go that way, and you need to be willing to pivot and be patient. So with the corn maze, I felt the right thing to do was go to the township for permission first. And at the township meeting, they said no. And I thought they'd say yes. Why wouldn't they say yes? I'm creating a family-friendly location for people to come and be in the community, to spend money at other local businesses, to go out to eat at all the local restaurants. Like, this isn't a bad thing. What I'm trying to do is a good thing. When they said no, I went to the bathroom and I cried. And I stayed there. My dad's laughing at me. I knew he was going to laugh at me.
Oh.
I don't really cry often. So I just was overcome with emotion because I had spent so much time preparing for the meeting. My heart was in the business and for the community. And I'm trying to do something good. And they're like, nope. And so I stayed in the bathroom till I thought everybody had left so I could sneak out, because there was no hiding the fact that I was crying. Like I was a wreck. And it took a year. And like Dad was saying, you need to be creative. And my advice is be patient. You can't really put a timeline on something, because normally it does not go to plan timeline, and it normally doesn't go to plan financially either. And so it took a whole year. We ended up having to get a lawyer involved, which again cost more money than anticipated. And
We needed engineers.
oh
and
my
site
goodness,
plans and
traffic studies. I had to.
we've done corn mazes at other locations, and
Yeah, I grew up when you ran them.
most of
Yeah.
them I never asked for permission. In fact, I probably didn't ask for permission.
Never.
un-
You
until,
never did.
until
Till
you,
it was
you
me.
came along, and you're a
Trying-
rule follower.
I was just gonna say, I'm trying to do the right
yeah,
thing.
she's a rule follower.
Well, it was also the first farm we ever bought. In the past, we always rented land from a
Right.
farmer.
Yeah. Right.
So I felt like if we're going to invest the money into buying a farm, we
Right.
need to make sure we have
Right.
permission because it's not cheap to just start a business either.
right.
No.
But with any business, most people overestimate how successful it's going to be within the first year or two. But then they also underestimate
Its
how
potential.
successful it will be in 10 years.
That's true. Yeah. So your last question was
Where did you guys find the strength, or how did how did God work in your life specifically? Like, where did you find your strength, keep going and persevering when maybe you weren't seeing the outcomes you guys were looking for, or things got hard?
Yeah, for me, with flipping farms, there was one. I mean, there were so many hard moments. But there was one I'll never forget where we needed to have, well, supposedly, again, it's in the book. Supposedly, we needed this marketing money to be able to take the show to a major network, and we didn't have it. Like, we thought we might be able to get an investor. We thought we might be able to scrape up the money to do it. We didn't want to lose the opportunity. But the day came where we didn't have the money, and I literally, I went to the bank to get a loan, which it was laughable because the amount of money we needed was $728,000.
Oh.
33-year-old Rachel can't afford that, all right? Okay, got 3 kids at home. I can't afford that. But I went to the bank. I'm like, if I could just get anything. I have been to the bank. I have owned 2 corn maze businesses in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I follow Dave Ramsey's advice almost all the time. I mean, I am very, budget friendly, conscious. I've never been turned down for a loan in my life. When I was 17, I bought my first brand new car off the lot and didn't even know that I could haggle the price. Learned the lesson the hard way, but the people in the office couldn't believe they were letting me buy this car. When they ran my credit, and they're like, we've never seen this. No cosigner. I qualified for a brand new vehicle all by myself. So I'm not saying this to brag, but I'm bragging on God. So the day came, we needed $728,000. I went to the bank. I'm going to get a loan for, $50,000, $100,000, something, something, right?
Yeah.
Nope. I couldn't get $1 to my name. They're like, no. I'm like, but why? And I think looking back, I had just paid off a business line of credit that I open every corn maze season. It's just a thing I do, and I pay it all off at once. And I think that tanked my credit doing that, and so I didn't qualify. But that was the day I hit my knees and was like, Lord, you have brought us this far. At that point, we had filmed the whole thing, and we were in the post edit. So it's we had a show. It was in pieces still. It wasn't all put together in episodes, but you allowed us to come this far. I don't think you're going to let this money stand in the way. I needed to surrender that to him. And so I'm like, if I can't go find money, if I can't go find an investor or get a loan, the thing I should have been doing from the beginning is just, Lord, make this appear somehow.
Yeah.
Here's the faith that I needed. And he grew me so much from that experience.
Being older, I've been through more hard times.
Yeah.
And so when you surrender to the Lord and he comes through, it's just so much easier. The second time, it's going to come through.
Well, I had that experience with the corn maze.
Yeah.
He showed up and we
Yeah.
got a yes after a year.
Yeah.
But
He always
me
shows
being
up.
me being human
Yeah.
knows that, but then I still doubt. And I shouldn't. I shouldn't.
I think we all doubt.
But, yeah.
So that doesn't mean that I don't doubt, and it didn't mean that I question whether God's going to come through. My biggest hurdle is, God, this decision that I want to make, is it your will or is it my will? And if it's my will, I don't want you to bless it. I don't want it to happen. But if it's your will, then please let it happen and make it happen. And I've always taken the approach that when you face a difficult time, no matter what it is in life, stop and ask yourself this question. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst? And for a Christian, the worst that would happen is we die and go to heaven,
Right.
which is actually the best thing that could happen. So, but I remember I had the car accident there. I don't have time to go into all the details, but it's like I didn't get upset, and it was sort of out of character with somebody who had an accident. Even the police who showed up and the fire people. It's like, are you okay?
Dad's like crying. Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm sort of laughing,
Yeah.
at it's like, yeah, I'm okay. It's a car.
Yeah.
What's the worst that'll happen? I have insurance. The insurance will replace it. We get another car.
Well, they asked if you're okay because right after the car accident, I mean, the car is in pieces. You were pulling a trailer, which is completely broken. There was a lawnmower on it, smashed across the whole highway. You're standing there smiling, and I pull up and you're waving at me.
I was
And
smiling because I saw you, and you must be thinking, what just happened?
like,
Because
well-
the car was facing the wrong direction
on a
the
one-way highway, yeah.
Because
Oh
the
my
person
gosh.
hit me and spun me all the way around.
Yeah, I was like,
She thought, oh my, is he losing it?
I thought he was driving the wrong way on the road. I'm like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Yeah.
But what's the worst that can happen with any circumstance in your life? We over worry, we overthink, we worry about things that we don't need to worry about. Normally, when we worry, those things never come true anyway.
Yeah.
So,
That was a really good question.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. And thank you for being on this podcast.
Thank you so much for
It
having
was
me.
so much fun.
Yes.
I'm very excited for our listeners to dive in because the next podcast we go into detail about what our show was about and the never before seen clips and never before talked about things that happened.
Yeah.
So this is
Oh boy.
yeah, I wish some of the TV shows that I like had a podcast where they would
Dive
tell me
deeper.
all of the things that I don't know that
Like
I
all
wish
the
I knew.
secrets, like, oh, well, we were filming this. There's actually this was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for being here, for following our show, and I'm very excited.
we appreciate you all, and thank you, Abby, for being here.
Thank
Yeah.
We look forward to you enjoying the show. Come on out and watch the rest of them.
Come on
Yeah.
out. You can turn it
come
on
on-
your show,
come on
your
out.
TV. You can turn it on your computer or your phone. You can stay home and watch your
Stay
Flipping Farm
home.
show. We will see you in our next podcast.